Hi guys, another little quick video on why it is great to give bulbils a chance and why planting bulbils can be very beneficial for you. So for those of you who don't know, here is a picture of a garlic plant. You have what we consider garlic most of the time. This is actually the bulb of the garlic or head of garlic. You have the pseudostem along with the leaves. And up here you have something that may or may not be familiar to you. This is the scape of the garlic, which will curl up initially. And then as the scape matures, it will uncoil and point straight up. And then this umbel, which almost looks like, well, it is a bloom, opens up at the top of the garlic. Inside the umbel, you get two different things. You get bulbils and you get blooms. We never really see the blooms. That's a whole nother video on growing garlic. Actually, you can look at one of my other videos on it, growing garlic from true seed. But what we're talking about today is the bulbils that are part of the garlic. Now, there's a couple reasons growing bulbils are really good. There's two main ones with a subsection to one of them. Number one is you can get exponential growth of your seed stock versus using cloves, which are larger and less numerous. Bulbils are much more numerous and allow you to ramp up your seed stock to getting up to the numbers of garlic you want to grow of a specific variety or type. Secondly, bulbils allow you to be purge or to be free of any soil-borne diseases, nematodes, fungus, etc. And then as a subsection of that, bulbils also allow you access to some varieties that you may not be able to find otherwise. Some of the harder to find varieties, you cannot find cloves of garlic, but you can find bulbils for sale. Now, I want to show you a chart real quick here. And this chart, let me make sure you guys can see this, shows you one of the reasons when we talk about exponential growth of bulbils. If you planted four bulbs, a clove of garlic, 4 cloves of garlic making up a bulb. If you plant that in the first year, you're going to have 4 heads of garlic. If you plant those 4 heads of garlic each have 4 cloves, the next year you're going to jump to 16. The next year, if you planted all 16 of those, you're going to grow to 64 heads of garlic. Contrast that, now these numbers are large, we're probably not in our home gardens going to be doing quite this much, but if you planted 200 in this same garlic where they have 4 cloves on the bulb below, up here in the umbel they have upwards of 200 bulbils. If you plant those 200 bulbils in the first year, you're going to get 200 rounds. They look like pea-sized to marble-sized round pieces of garlic. They're just single cloves of garlic. If you replant them again, you're going to get 200 small cloved bulbs, meaning they'll divide into the approximately 4 cloves per bulb, but they'll be small. Probably maybe smaller than what we would want to use, and certainly smaller than what they can ultimately be once they mature more. You plant those again, so 200 times 4 cloves, and you have 800. At the end of 3 years, you have 800 larger size bulbs in comparison to 64 if you actually started out just with the 4 cloves of garlic. Secondly, if you just breaking that down, if you're going to start your own garden and with several varieties of garlic, instead of buying the garlic and having to inspect it and running the risk of bringing in diseases into your garden, if I had to redo it all over again, I would actually just order bulbils. They're 3 or 4 feet up from the ground, and they are free of any of the diseases or pests that the grower may have down here at ground level. They are free of it up here. Yes, it takes a little bit longer, probably 1 season more to get garlic growing in your garden, but you don't have to worry about anything as far as diseases. Thirdly, I've actually found some varieties when I was I'm growing about a dozen different varieties right now. Several of them I was unable to find in clove form. Yet I looked on eBay and on the internet, and I actually found those varieties in bulbil form. And it will take me a little bit to get them grown out, but it allowed me access to some varieties that I was having difficulty accessing otherwise. So, in closing, if you haven't thought about it, give bulbils a chance. I think they're safer for you to grow out your garden. They allow you to quite quickly, if you can be patient for the first year to 2 years, depending on the size of the bulbil, you can rapidly get up to the number of heads of garlic that you want to grow every year. And thirdly, it allows you to find, if you're looking for some harder to find varieties, bulbils are a great place to look. Anyways, hope all is well. Talk to you later.